Welcome back to the Dirty Dens. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a world that's often misunderstood, misrepresented, and completely ignored. Life in prison. And I'm not talking about the stuff you see on TV or in movies. I'm talking about the real day-to-day grind of surviving behind the bars. And this just isn't any episode. I'm joined by my co-host, J.Sin, as we know him, Sin, who spent 15 and a half years incarcerated. He's not just telling the story. He's going to tell the truth. What does it take to survive? What breaks you down? And what does it mean when people walk out and some never do? J.Sin, welcome, man. Let's get into it.
Glad to be here, brother. Glad to be here.
So let's start with this. We all seen prison movies. Shawshank, Oz, Orange is the New Black, right?
Right.
But let's be real. How much of that is even close to reality?
Well, depending on what state you in, a lot of those movies could be reality depending on what state you in, bro. You feel me? Like, if you in the South, West, East, North, all prisons are different environments, different police, different crime. This is all like, but a lot of it, to be honest with you, like, from my experiences, we used to watch a lot of those shows in behind the wall and all that. We used to laugh. Because some of that is just like straight garbage.
So with that being said, I'm gonna hit you with some real quick prison myths.
All right.
Just give me a real one-word answer, true or false.
All right.
You ready?
I'll try.
Number one, do you have to fight on your first day?
No.
Guards protect inmates.
True.
Solitary is a peaceful time alone.
To some.
You could just do your time and avoid politics.
Some.
Commissary is like a mini grocery store.
Commissary. Mini grocery store, not.
So that's a false myth.
Right.
All right, so now give us the truth. What's the one thing people never expect when they walk into prison for the first time?
Nobody give a fuck about you. Where you from? None of that shit. I mean, like, you on your own. We ain't here by ourselves. You on your own. Make your own bones, you heard? You better meet somebody, find somebody that's talkable, that'll point you in the right direction and shit. Cause first day, dudes is looking at you like they don't know if you friend or enemy, you feel me? Like they don't know you. They ain't trying to conversate with you. They ain't trying to, you better come in there confident, knowing what you know, and standing on that from the rip. You know what I'm saying?
So what's your mentality going in, right? Like you go from the courtroom, you already know what you're facing. Right. You know what you know, for most inmates, they know what they facing or they waiting to be sentenced. But you know, if found guilty, you facing something. And you know that you got to go away and you're going to do some time. Like This is all, I believe this is all the mental warfare prior to you actually walking in.
Right.
Right?
Right.
What is the mentality when you're on your way to prison? Like what are you thinking about? You personally.
All right. So you go from the courtroom and once you got to go to the county. Right. The first thing that is going to affect you, I think, especially young people, is bright lights. Once you get under that bright light and surrounded by men, and they tell you to strip, you feel me? Now, normally, a person, they be like, all right, they take off their shirt, and they be like, nah, take that off. Take off their pants, take your socks off. Take your socks off. And they like, nah, take them boxes off. You like, whoa, yeah, take everything off, bro. Feel me? Like, that is the shock right there. You already got the news from the judge, right? Your sentence. Now you getting shocked with the strip. Feel me? Strip, do this, do that, and the third. And that is like the shock treatment. Like, yo, yeah, get ready for every movement you make inside the facility and going outside the facility, you're going to get stripped like that. And that it has an effect on you. Feel me? It does something to the mental. It strips you of all privacy. You feel me? Things that you like guard. Feel me? I don't know what that, for me, like when they like, yo, take that off. Like I got angry. You know what I'm saying? I remember I got angry and I just ripped my shit off. Like, fuck, nigga, this what you want? You feel me? Like, that's just how I got. This what you want? You feel me? And then it's I do this, your arms, your ears, your mouth, your tongue. Stick your finger through your gums, stick your tongue out, run your finger through your hair. Feel me?
And they doing all this to make sure you're not walking in with anything.
Right, they want to see the back of your ears, your armpits, your fingers, turn them over and, turn around. Let me see your soles of your feet, wiggle your toes, each foot at a time. And then it's like, all right, now bend over. You feel me? You like, what? You get caught off. It's
Right.
bend over. And they do it so like, we do this regularly, bro. Don't.
It's nothing to them. It's
There's
everything
nothing.
to you.
There's nothing.
Right.
Like, you slowing us down. And bend your ass over. Feel me? Hold your butt cheeks over. Hold your butt cheeks open. Feel me? Squat a little bit. Cough. You know what I mean? You like, what? Like, yo, it just feels so, like, Yo, bro, listen. That is something that I think a lot of people, the shock right there, that right there is, it kind of like strips you. You feel me? It strips you. That's the part of stripping you. And then that happens. You going from the courtroom to the county, it's happening again. Because that's transport. So they're doing it again as soon as you get to the facility. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like showers, certain soaps. You feel me? And then it's like everything is a rush. It's like cattle. It's like cattle. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey. You have no direction where you going. You don't know anywhere it's like, bro, you just getting pushed into a maze. You don't know where you going. You know what I mean? You just hear bang, bang, bang. You hear noises, bars, police, mad inmates over there, inmates over here. You part of this group. And it's like, yo, hurry up. It's like military. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it kind of like make you forget about the world for a second. Like, you can't even think about that world no more because everything is fast paced. You're just trying to get to where you gotta go, bro.
And
So
all of
you
this
get.
right here, this is just the processing of it.
This is just a process. But to be honest with you, transportation is a bitch.
What you mean? What you mean by that?
Going from one station to another station, whether it's be like going from the courthouse to the county or the county to a doctor, you know what I mean, or something like that. But that's an all day process, all day, just to drive. Boom, boom. That's all day. You're talking about from 5 in the morning to night. This whole situation, bro.
All right, but
You
let's
come
stay
in.
on the first week. I just want to go into the first week.
All
Right.
right, but
So first day, you going through the processing of it
that's just county.
from the courtroom to county. How
County.
long are you in county before you get to prison?
Well, depending on your county, you gotta go through the county stages, right? So the county stages is where I was at. It's like you being pushed into a dorm that's filthy, that never been cleaned before. Feel me? 2 showers, 1,000 niggas, bunk beds and all that. Everybody just watching everybody come in. They looking for they friend the enemy. They just looking, you feel me, making sure you ain't this or that and third. You feel me? And your eyes gotta be the same way. You gotta be looking for your peoples or such. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be looking for those that you know. You know what I mean? Because everybody looking at you, like they don't know who you is or where you coming from, what block you coming from. And mind you, you in the city. So everything is like we up the hill, down the hill, projects, blocks, you know what I mean? Blood, cut, you know what I'm saying? Like all that right there. And the food is, they feed you like a kid, bro. They feed you like a like a grammar school kid. That's how you eat. You know what I'm saying?
Like school lunch.
Bad like school lunch. Just like school lunch. Real petty.
What are the
And
things nobody tell you about? Like the sights, the sounds, just the whole vibe.
it never stops. There's no such thing as lights out. It's never lights out. It's just lights dim. You feel me? There's no such thing like, all right, everybody take it down now. That doesn't work. Daytime noise is the same as nighttime noise. Some people don't go to sleep at night. They play games at night. They watch TV at night, blah, blah, blah. And they work out at night. And that's your rest. That might be your rest time. But to other people, that's their uptime. Feel me? It never stops. The noise never stops. People never stop. Their movements, like people be walking around you because you're in the dorm. You feel what I'm saying? So people is moving around you. You know what I mean? So that, in a paranoid state, you would keep your eyes open, like, because you don't know who. You feel me? So until your body and your mind get accustomed to that, it take a couple days. It take a couple days everywhere you go. Where you going from this dorm to another dorm, your mind and your body got to get adjusted to what's moving around you before you could literally relax. You know what I'm saying? So the anxiety, the staying up late nights, you know what I mean? The keeping your, it's like PTSD, bro. It's like you just waiting for somebody to pop. Niggas fighting over there, niggas fighting over here. Police is coming through. You hear the K9 unit outside the bars. Niggas want to work out over here. Niggas want to make salad over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't stop. This shit don't stop. And your mind and your body has to get accustomed to that. And everywhere you go, every stop you make, you got to go through that adjustment. You feel me?
How long did it take for you to adjust to that new environment?
Well,
Now I get coming from the streets, going into that environment, right? A lot of people think it would be an easier adjustment. Do you agree with that?
I think some people just be faking the funk, bro. You know what I mean? That's part of their survival tactic. You know what I mean? Acting like, oh, I've been here before. I know this, that, and the third, bro. You ain't been around these specific people before. You feel me? Like, stop acting like you, like, oh, you know how the system, there's a system. The system changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can never get accustomed to a system because the system is constantly changing. And I ain't talking about the police. I'm talking about the dudes that you living with. You feel me? That you bunking with. The people around you. In and out of the system that you was in before. So, you know, dudes get on the phone, act like, yeah, it's my girl, la, 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 la. But, yo, your town, your block no longer control this environment over here no more. They all got pushed out. They all went to the downstate. So now there's a new block in here and they got the numbers. You feel me? So, like, you can't act like this is that before. You feel me? They don't work that way. You know what I mean? Your brain has to calculate what's safe for you. You feel me? Like, who's approachable, who's not, what's a threat and what's not. You know what I mean? Bro, it could be, I remember my first fight was over a chess game. You feel me? And most people be like, yo, I don't play any games when I go to prison, but I did. I played chess to get my mind off shit. And I lost. Who had next? So he went. I had after him. He lost. He was supposed to get up. He didn't want to get up. So he started putting the pieces back on the board, talking about, now let me play him again. And I'm like, bro, you had next, bro. I play now. And it's like he kind of brushed me off. And is a moment like that that determines your entire bid from that point on. Like, are you gonna be brushed off over a game? Somebody can just wave their hand and be like, yo, I got next, but I'm gonna play him again. And their word is, nah. So what I did was I just threw all the pieces all over the place. Told this nigga, get the fuck up. We could just get it right here. And it was like, that was my first fight in the county. You feel me?
Right.
And
How long were you in the county before that incident took place?
I was in the county for a couple of months. I mean, not long because I got sentenced fast because of my time. So I was in the county for about 2 months. 2 months. I had 3 fights. You feel me?
So that first fight, you was in the county, what, a week, 2 weeks before that first fight, 2
Yeah.
days? Like,
Yep. Just because I said I had next, bro. You feel me? It's simple as that. But like some people be like, go ahead,
right, but because he waved you off, it's kind of like, man, this nigga ain't shit. It's like
and
telling a
you gotta
little
look
nigga, get out of here. Like, man,
and
get out of here.
you gotta look at the demographic of it too, right? So basically, when I first walked through the door, they thought I was Puerto Rican. So
Okay.
a Spanish dude walked up to me, gave me a plastic cup and a sport. So I'm like, word, you feel me? So like, I'm gonna say 48 hours later, they realized that I was black by who I was with. You feel me? And then my man walked up to me like, yo, you think I get that back? I just laughed at him and gave him the shit back. Cause I knew where he gave it to me, why he gave it to me. You feel what I'm saying? And the dude that I got into a fight with was a Spanish nigga. He thought he could just do this because his peoples was over there. It's nighttime. They up. A lot of my peoples is sleeping. You feel me? So he did this. Like they run the night shit type of shit, but I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. So we got it in. He ended up getting on top of me. We wrestling. He get on top of me. He can't do nothing with me. I'm about to get on top of him. And that's when his mans and then broke it up. Cause I was about to destroy him once I got on top of him. So his mans and then broke it up. So I wasn't having that. You feel me? So I put on my bobos because we wrestling shit. Just shits come off. And I'm like, yo, I gotta get to this nigga, but he's surrounded now. So I'm like, all right. So what I did was I fronted like I need to apologize to him over the shit. You know what I mean? I want to squash this shit, blah, blah, blah. So as soon as I got close to him, I smacked the shit out of him. Now he got to fight. You feel me? Like it was great. I smacked it. I smacked the saliva out his mouth. You know what I'm saying? They thinking I'm gonna apologize, but I ain't built that way. So I just, as soon as I got close to him, I just smacked the saliva out of his mouth. And his mans in him gotta make him fight me. You feel me? And I almost destroyed him. Almost kicked his head into the wall. But, that was my first fight. That was funny as hell. It was funny as hell. Listen, I was gonna destroy that boy once I got on top of him again. But his mans in him broke it up and I ain't like the way that went down. So yeah. Just like that, man. And it just keep happening, you feel me? One time got into another fight, cause I'm light skinned, you feel me? So, dark skinned niggas, I don't know what it Some of them think they can beat the world, especially when it comes to light skinned dudes. They working out, and he talking about he gonna put pause on anybody. He put pause on anybody. So I'm sitting there, I'm somebody, man. You know what I mean? Like you talking to, I'm somebody. Like you not putting nothing on me. So
So you took
it
it that
just
that message
escalated.
was directed to you?
Yeah, because it's a way people talk in jail, right? They be talking to you or somebody next to you, but you will feel like they talking to you, but they not looking at you. You feel what I'm saying? They talking around you. So I felt like he was talking around me, but he was talking to me. You know what I mean? So we had to get right. You feel me? Right in the showers. You feel me? Big brolic nigga. He couldn't even throw punches. He was slow. They had to break it up, man, before the police came because he was slow. Feel me? He had hit me one time to put a bruise on me because I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about that. Look at his face. You know what I'm saying? But it's just shit like that, bro. It just, you gotta pay attention to people talking around you because they talking to you or close to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's simple shit like that.
Something like that.
Definitely.
Something like that. Is very understandable because
And
that type of talk that happens on the outside also.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Somebody say some slick shit and it's like, yo, I know this nigga ain't talking to me.
But see,
You
this
feel
is
me?
the thing, and this is the thing in jail. It escalates. It just don't die that time. Like it may happen out here. If you don't say nothing, you know, it'll drift away. You know what I mean? But in jail, you confined with these people. You feel me? So if you allow it, it's just gonna metastasize. You feel what I'm saying? Not only is he gonna talk shit, but his peoples is gonna talk shit, and they gonna be talking shit not around you though, but directly to you because they feel like they could. So you gotta pop that bubble ASAP. You know what I'm saying? It's just something I knew. Like, yo, I can't let nobody play with me in no form of fashion. You feel me? No form of fashion. Word game, playing chess, none of that shit. There's no like poking the bear with me. And from then on, I was like, yo, that's just how my entire bed is gonna be, and that's exactly how my entire bed was. You feel me? Just like that.
So speaking of people who allow shit to go down, do you feel like that particular system breaks them down? Like they just not prepared or they just not built for what they gotta face?
They don't care. They don't care. Everybody's the same. Feel me? So if one person can survive it, then you gonna survive it. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna get pushed into a shower that got mold in it, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. You gonna get raw meat. Hot dogs, you bust them open, it's raw. You gonna eat that. You don't eat it, somebody else will.
Right.
So they don't care. Like, it's unbelievable how the system works. It's like, yo, this can't be. It's insanitary. The way the dirt, the filth, the disease, the food, from every aspect of prison, you realize over and over that they don't give a fuck about your mental health whatsoever. You know what I mean? I don't care if you came from a clean house, trust me. You came from a clean house, you're about to sleep on a rusty bunk. You know what I'm saying? With some sheets that they just threw in a big ass washing machine with everybody else's shit. Or maybe they gave you some of the ones, but that's a rare occasion. They just threw your sheet in the washing machine with everybody else's. Feel me? You don't realize, but they don't care. So the first thing that you gotta be keen to is you have to care. You feel me? You have to make your own food. This is what going to commissary and all that. It's about, when people be like, yo, I need money. Because they can't eat the food they can't eat the state food. You know what I'm saying? They're fried on the outside and it should be raw on the inside. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, you eat that every day. You have to like click off. Like you have to click off for caring about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you start passing up your food, you're gonna eventually lose weight. You feel me? You're gonna become skinny as hell. Feel me? You're gonna be able to be tossed around at will, at somebody's will. So your mind start clicking like, nah, I'm gonna just black out, eat this shit, cook in the cell, make my own food, work out. You just start gaining weight. That's how you just do the shit. Like you gotta black out and be like, I don't gotta fuck it, bro. Some people could do it. Nigga like me couldn't, bro.
Right.
You feel me? I just couldn't, bro. Every meal getting done up. Every meal getting done up. You feel me?
I
Bread
dig it.
was being saved. Like, yo, but we'll get into all that
Get
right
into it. So a lot of people they think surviving in prison is all about being tough.
there. No.
But I'm sure it's more to it than that. what are some of the fundamentals, the unwritten rules you got to learn to make it through during a long period of time? You got to do a long stance of time. What are some of the fundamentals of surviving?
Being taking care of your stuff.
What you mean?
Like you want to be up. Like I had this thing that a lot of young boys used to copy off me. The way I used to take care of my clothes, the way I fold them. Feel me? I fold my clothes the way I fold them, the way I make my bed, when I make my bed, and how I make my bed, how I keep my personal items. Every aspect of what's yours, whether it's your mattress, your bunk, your shoes, your clothes, your food, how you maintain that is your longevity. You feel me? Like if you're a person that just run through your commissary and stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna be begging people. You feel me? You're eventually gonna be begging people, going to the unit, to whoever got the store on the unit, owing people. Never put yourself in that position, right? So when you do buy commissary or something, you know what I mean? Like
Ration it out.
don't run through your shit. You feel me? And make sure you buying what you need. Like you drink mad coffee, buy mad coffee. You know what I'm saying? Or find somebody else. Like if you can only buy a certain amount of bags, find somebody else that'll copy it for you and you just do a trade off. You feel me? But never put yourself in a position where, you know what I'm saying, you're just a nasty person. You feel me? Because keeping your stuff in order, it mentally keeps you in order. It keeps your daily regimen in order. You feel what I'm saying? How you work out, because that leads into how you work out, when you work out. You feel me? When you shower, how you shower. You know what I mean? It's just not when you shower, it's how you shower, when you in the shower. How you clean your clothes, when you clean your clothes. You feel me?
Back up. So,
All right.
because I'm just trying to process that myself as far as how you shower. Break that down.
All right. So every prison got different types of showers, right? So we'll take down South Jersey here. They got like it's 3 shower heads, right? But they put like 6 people in there, right? Yeah, yeah. This is every day. They
That's
put
crazy.
like South Jersey, Bayside. They got 3 shower heads. They put 6 people in there, and everybody coming in and out, like you know what I'm saying, like this. So you going in there to shower. So you go in there and make sure you're not touching nothing. You're not touching the walls, none of that shit. You're not putting your soap down, none of that shit. You feel me? Cause you get Mercer and all that shit, touching shit. You feel me? Keep your boxes on. You feel me? Like, just keep your boxes on. You know, you coming out your t-shirt, you can wash it in the shower. You feel me? You can wash it in the shower if you got time. Wash your shirt in the shower. You feel me? Throw your towel around your waist. Take your boxes off. Wash your boxes in the shower. Put on your new boxes. Step out the fucking shower. Like, you ain't there to party. You feel me? Like, you
Right.
there
You
to get in and to get out.
right.
Right? And it's how you shower. Like, what rags you using. This, that, and the third, right? One for your face, one for your ass. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I mean? What type of soap is good for you? All that mingling and shit, too much. You feel me? Touching things, anything in the shower is feel me? The walls, the soap rack, none of that. You touching none of that. You feel me? Like people pay for people pay. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna just say people pay like Spanish dudes and Mexicans, whatever, to make them certain things to go in the shower with, your laundry bag, whatever, because you don't want to touch nothing. You know what I mean? Tomorrow you got this big ass circle on your arm. You don't know where it came from because you was leaning against the wall.
That
You know
shit
what I'm
crazy.
saying? Yeah, it's real like that. And this is every day. Sometimes 2 times a day, 3 times a day, depending on how the shower work. You know what I mean? And you just gotta, that's how every place showers work different. You feel me? And it's like, you take a shower everywhere you go, so you gotta know how that process works. Some police don't even give you 15 minutes. They give you 10 minutes. Everybody out the shower. Let's go. Everybody out the shower. And they bring in the next group. So you get in there, you gotta know it to hit. Boom, 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 boom. You feel me? Like you in and out like a robbery. But you know what I mean? It's just everything. Everything is like that. From eating, everything is like that. You feel me? You in the yard, get your workout in, then you politic and bullshit. You feel me? Every situation is like that, bro. Every situation. Know what you're going into, know how long you're gonna be there, know what you're gonna do when you're in it. You feel me? Like slow gassing, bullshitting, you gonna lose. You're gonna lose. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the thing about the showers is this, like a lot of people that close quarterness. You feel me? You got niggas with their shower, their shirts off and boxes, open up. You feel me? Coming from the yard. You feel me? Some people like, yo, let me get under the water. Yeah, you step back because you already got wet. See, when you get, I'm just giving you when you get wet, you step back and let the next man get wet, so you can soap up. You feel me? And when you soaked up, now yo, let me get that.
Pause. I
Yeah,
gotta
you know what I'm
say
saying?
pause, but I feel you though.
When you lather up,
Right,
when you
right.
lather up, yeah, get me back on now. When you lather up, it's like, yo, let me, you know what I mean? And you out.
So
You know
it's
what I
two
mean?
people under one shower head, and y'all passing the
It's,
shower head
it's like, yo,
back
just
and
get
forth.
wet. Just get wet.
Wet, pass,
Back
lather
there.
up, pass back, rinse off,
Yeah.
pass back out the
Yeah.
shower.
Yeah. Just like that, man.
Gotcha.
Just like that, bro. Like all that you blocking the shower. Oh, that'll start something right there, bro. That'll start into something right there. You feel me? What you think this your shower something, bro? This our shower. You think this yours? You know what I mean? This is start something in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be in a certain situation real fast, bro. You know what I mean? Over a shower. You know what I mean? And every state prison is different. Like raw way, where you can have 12 niggas in that motherfucker. You feel me? 12 niggas in the shower. It's bigger, but it's 12 niggas in there. Lifers, niggas that got three years. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what's next to you right there. You feel what I'm saying? You just, yo, get wet, lather up, get the fuck out. Rinse off, get the fuck out. Wash your boxes, whatever, get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, back in the time when I was there, like, yo, your boots was at the shower gate. You feel me? Your boots is right. Your boots, your sneakers is right there, right there. I think they right towards the end they stopped letting people bring their shoes to the shower. You feel me? Cause yo, your man's in them, they gotta watch the shower. This is how it used to be. Your man's in them, eyes on the shower, in case something pop off in the shower when you in there. You feel me?
Gotcha.
Or like in Northern, you got the shower. I mean, there's a line. I see you up front. I'm like, yo, Al, I go. You like, yo, you got next. You got right after me. Like you letting me cut right in front of niggas. You feel me? And that's just how it be. Feel me? And they understand that because they do the same thing with their man, and it's like that. You feel me? And it's just every place is different. You know what I mean? But the yo, just get your shit done. Get the fuck out. You know what I mean? All that. Sometimes you can just wash your clothes in your sink, in your cell. You know what I mean? Cleanliness is definitely. You know what I
A
mean?
necessity.
A necessity to keep your longevity going. You know what I mean? Because it goes into other places. You feel me? Like how you manage your workouts, how you manage your food, to how you manage your sleeping habits. It goes into every aspect of your bid. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how that be. You feel me? That chaoticness, that all over the placeness, you gonna catch it. This was gonna happen. You're gonna get something like you gonna coming in the cell. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna look. And I'm like, bro, this nigga don't wash his clothes. He don't clean his cell. He don't clean the toilet. He don't clean the sink. His sheet is dirty. I can't live with this nigga. So if I'm forced to stay with this nigga, I'm gonna punch him up until, you know what I mean? Till he leave, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like we banging out until one of us leave. I'm gonna make this nigga check out. Feel me? He gonna check in real quick, bro. You know what I mean? And that's just how it be. I can't live with you. You know what I mean? So we gonna have to get right. So as soon as such and such is over, we lock it in. You feel me? Like, what's up? What's up? I just can't live with this nigga. I can't live with dirty niggas like that. You know what I mean? It's like living with, I don't know, crackheads. I mean, you can't live.
Yeah,
You
yo,
can't.
yeah,
Yeah, every day, and then it's like, yo, I gotta leave the cell. I don't know what this nigga doing in the cell. My property in the cell.
yeah.
You
You
know what I
would have
mean?
dirty, and you would.
Yeah, cause your character, that's a part of your character, how people perceive you. So you a dirty nigga, oh, you disrespectful to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it just be like that, man. Well, to official dudes, you know what I mean? Unofficial dudes, like, they can live how they want to live. They unofficial to fuck, of course. So, but official dudes, they look at shit like that, bro. You know what I mean? Your hygiene, the way you keep yourself, the way you keep your cell and all your property and things like that. How you eat. They look at all this. Like all this is taken into account. You don't even know it. Feel me? But you would notice that you gain a level of respect by the fact that you respect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's in life in general.
yeah, but definitely in
You know
there.
what I mean?
The
I
fact
feel you.
that you respect yourself, dudes would be like, son is, you know what I mean? I could fuck with son. You know what I mean? They don't know you like that, but they ain't got a problem with dealing with you. Whether it's like you trying to get some bread or whatever it may be, they ain't got a problem with dealing with you because you look like your word is born. You feel me? Like you keep it 100. And that's just how it gotta be. You always keeping your shit together. Your clothes is together. The way you keep your shit is together. The way you eat is together. The way you work out is together. How you in and out, you feel me? You doing this movement, that movement is together. It was a fuck with you. Like, all right, something together. You know what I mean? Just like that. A lot of people can't keep it together. They don't know where they at. They don't know what to do. They stuck in their shit. They depressed. You feel me? They going through shit and all that in the third. But you know that's another subject.
I like that though, because it's like what kind of mental routine did you develop?
You don't
Because
let
I got
you don't let your mind go too far. You can't let your mind go too far. Yeah, you can't.
give
You
me an
can't.
example of that.
All right. So I had a thing where in the beginning, it was my first 3 years, and my mind was always in the street still. Feel me? And I remember one day I was leaving a mess hall in Broadway. I was in Broadway. And bro from the town, we was both leaving. We was getting in the cage together. He was like, "What's up, son?" And I was like, "Bro, he's like, how much time you got?" So I didn't right now, man. You know what I mean? We talking. Older bro from the way. And he was like, I told him I had 3. The nigga just laughed at me, bro. He was like, "Bro, holla at me when you got 10 in, man. Because right now you're head in the street." And it dawned on me. I'm in prison, bro. Thinking about the street. You feel me? And while I'm thinking about the street, is a chink in my armor, basically. You feel me?
All right.
Because I'm not on point. Because you're basically not on point when your mind is in the street. You feel me? His niggas
So it's
is
like your
animal.
mind is out there, it's not where you are.
Exactly. Therefore, you can't see what could be coming at you. You understand what I'm saying? You can't pick up on the nuances of the little shit. Feel me? And that's very important, especially somewhere like in a mess hall. You know what I'm saying? You're in a mess hall and you can't pick up on the nuances because you're stressing your girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at that point, I was like, I just realized, like, yo, I'm glad bro pulled me up because the truth is, I got to jail from this point on. Straight up. I got to stop acting like I'm in both worlds. You know what I mean? Trying to deal with the outside world, trying to deal with prison on this shit. Nah, I'm in prison. And this is what it's going to be. And it was like, damn, you know, you got to shut that. You got to hang that phone up. You know what I mean? Like being out in the outside world all the time, thinking about who doing what out there. You in here, you better be knowing what's going on next door to you, what's moving in front of you, what's coming up behind you. You know what I mean? And it's like you know, like that wake up call allows your brain to open so you can see all the nuances that's transpiring around you. You feel me? Because now is you no longer got that. You no longer right brained or left brain. You know what I'm saying? It's like you full mass with it, so you can see how the officers talking, how they talking to a specific inmate, how another inmate is talking to another specific inmate. You know, you can see the nuances way clear once you put the world out of your mind. You know what I mean? Like this is it. This is my world. Feel me? This is my world. You feel me?
Is there ever a moment while you were in there like you just like you feel safe now, or is it always constant tension? And when I say
Nah,
safe, like you ain't beefing, like I'm good, like you know what I mean?
yeah.
Or is it always like, man? I mean, it's prison, so anything always pop off. So is it ever a comfortable moment? And on your personal journey, how long did it take for that moment, if or you know, how long did it take for that to get in that area? Did you
Well,
move around a lot to go to a certain place? You know, you started here, you ended up here, you went over here. You know, did the word travel like, yo, sing good, or is it like starting all the way over again? How
well,
does that work?
well. I'm gonna tap onto a couple of them. Like you in a cell. If you know, your only concern inside the cell is your bunkie. You feel me? If you know he ain't that, once that door closed, that's when you could relax. You know what I mean? Whether it's through the night or to count clear and movement start, you good. As long as you know your bunkie. And it's like, that's when you could kind of relax, let it go. Cause you can hear the door pop. Once that door pop, that's when your attention come full focus again. You know what I'm saying?
Got
Or if your bunkie jump off the bunk, he just put on his boots for some unknown reason. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Just like that. It's quick, just like that. But as long as that door's shut, you know your bunkie and you into your whatever you're doing, That's when you let your, you know what I mean, you could bring that down. Or you could be, and you could be amongst your comrades, you feel me? And at this very moment, y'all just gelling. You feel me? Like, but gelling could go wrong. You know what I mean? It's definitely, I say the only time you can really let your guard down is when you know that door is silk tight behind you, you know what I mean? And you know your bunkie ain't moving. I mean, that's the only time you let your guard down. Other than that, because it'd be the dudes you gelling with that they can't take it. They can't take, they could be gelling with you, but the moment you gel back with them, they can't take it. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And now it's escalating into something else. You feel me? I've been in that situation too. So it's really, and it could be your own people. You feel me? It's like in-house fighting type situation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta shoot the fade with your own man. You know what I mean? Like, it could be the little shit like that. So basically, my opinion is when that door's sealed behind you, you know your bunkie ain't moving. You let your guard down. And a lot of people, that's why a lot of people go to isolation. You know what I mean? To lock up. Cause living in that life, it could be mentally draining. You know what I'm saying? And lock up, long as you know your bunkie, that door, it ain't popping like it used to pop in population. You're not going on no movements. You feel me? You locked in. The only thing you getting is shit through the slot. And you get a shower every other day. So that door ain't opening for you. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's another, it's like a lot of people are just going to fight mode. They got no problem. Like me, I had no problem with lockup. Why? Because to me, I don't get skinny in lockup. I get my weight up in lockup because I eat. You know what I mean? All that shit you crying about, you don't eat this, that, they'll run that. I eat that. So I got no problem with that. I'm going to survive. I mean, and that door, it's mental health. You gotta find your mental health. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta go through a little chaos, find your little mental health for a couple months. You feel me? And then come back. You feel me? And then come back. It be like that sometimes, bro. You know what I mean? Fighting is therapeutic. You know what I mean? It sound crazy, but it is what
Nah,
it is.
I mean, you gotta get that stress off somehow, right?
Yeah, you gotta get the stress off and you need time. Feel me?
Nah,
Time to regroup. Get your mind together. Feel me? You don't need nothing moving around you.
right.
Because that's population. You don't need that. You need that. You ain't checking in and nothing, so you gonna get in with the first nigga that come at you sideways. You feel me?
Gotcha.
That's just, and you ain't got no fears about lockup. Like some people got fears of lockup. And your commissary, you ain't spending
What's the fear?
150.
What's the
It depends on the individual. You feel me? Like some people, they gotta be yelling and talking all the time. Feel me?
so
Like
silence bothers them?
silence bother them. Lack of movement bothers them. You ain't showering the same bother you. You ain't eating the same it bother you. You ain't going to the yard the same it bother you.
So
And
when you're on lockup, you in a cell, right? Is it
shit,
is it a
you in the cell.
24/7 thing? Like you don't go to the yard no more.
23.
Okay.
It's no. It's like this. You go to the yard, depending on how that prison's set up. You go like you could go to the yard every 3 days.
How
Every
long?
three, every 3, 4 days. For about an hour and a half. Know what I mean? It's a different type of yard though. It's not the regular yard on the compound. Feel me? It's a whole different type of yard. Feel me? It's like a dog kennel. Like you in a dog kennel. You know what I mean? You just basically walking in circles. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing out there is a pull-up bar and some dips. Feel me? That's the only thing out there. You just going out there for the air. Feel me? To walk the pace. And feel me? And you get showers every other day. That's another movement. You know what I mean? The shower right down the hall. You know what I mean? But as long as you get that shower, you don't give a fuck. It's a little movement, but it worked. You know what I mean? Everything else, you locked in. Unless you're going to the doctor. You know what I mean? That's about it. That's that. People can't stand locked. I mean, they can't take lockup because, on the compound, what have you, you can spend $150 plus on canteen and lockup. You only can spend 15. You know what I mean? Most of the time, people just buying peanut butter. Feel me? Just peanut butter. That's about it. Peanut butter and stamps and shit like that.
Gotcha.
So most people can't survive that.
Cause it pay. I mean, that's definitely a put some
Well,
weight on your mentals.
let me correct this. Let me correct this. The moment that you put in handcuffs, you go in a lockup. Right? So you get into a fight. The moment that the police put the handcuffs on you, they taking you
Go
to
to
the
lockup.
they taking you to medical first to check your body. Then they sending you to lockup. Lockup is complete isolation. which is about 15 to 30 days, right? And that's no commissary, nothing like that. You get none of that. You feel me? Your body is about to get adjusted to a cold ass room. You're not getting nothing. The only thing you getting maybe is slippers on your feet. You feel me? And one pair of drawers. That's all you get. You feel me? Sometimes they won't even give you tissue to wipe your ass with. You gotta beg them for that. You know what I mean? And you get 3 square meals a day. That's it. That's lockup. That's 15 to 30 days. That's to break you down. And then after that, you get sentenced. You get your ass set. You get sentenced to lock. Then you get sentenced, right? And once you get sentenced, they send you to as said, which is administration segregation, right? And a lot of people think lockup and as said is the same thing, but it's different. As said is it could be me and you in the cell, but we under the same conditions. We don't have no movement. We go to the yard, we go to the shower every other day, every 4 days, but there's no movement. We get 3 square meals a day, and after a certain amount of time, like maybe 3 months or something like that, or a month or two, they may allow us to get some of our property, right, from the compound. They may allow us to get some of our property. So you can have a change of clothes and things that you had when you was out there. You gotta be your shit though. And once you get your property, you can start ordering for canteen, which is $15. Yeah, that's your max amount of money you can spend, $15
How
a,
often can you spend that? A month? A week?
a month.
A month. Okay. Okay.
It's very hard. It's very hard to live
Yeah.
on $15.
Yeah.
I might be confused. It might be twice a month, like $30 a month. Like I can't remember. I'm not remembering right now. It may be $15 a month. I think you go every month. Yeah, a lot of people that they in population, they balling and out of control, getting their hair cut. You know what I mean? Doing this, that, and the third, and then they get sent to lockup and all that shit stop. They can't survive that shit. It drives them crazy. The isolation drives them crazy. You know what I mean? Nobody to talk to drives them crazy. They can't handle it, and they'll never go back to lockup. Some of them niggas they even rat on you not to go to lockup, my nigga. Like that's how that shit is. You feel me? I've been in lockup more than 12 times, son. Like for real.
What was your longest time in lockup out of those 12 times?
My longest time in lockup was about 11 months. 11 months.
Yeah,
That's
that's
because
a
I
minute.
got. That's because when I got sick. I just finished. I had gotten into a fight in lockup.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had gotten into a fight in lockup with my bunkie, and so when I was done with my first one, they had sent me to the population by accident. And before the sun went down, they was at the door like boom, boom, boom. Open this shit up. Let's go. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. You feel me? I'm like, what's up? I just got here. La, la, la. They're like, nah, you owe us another one. Feel me? Like, so I had like maybe a 6 hour.
It's time and population to
Yeah,
catch up real quick.
yeah. But you know that a lot of that changed because they used to send niggas to lock up for like 3 years.
Mm.
Feel me? Barack Obama had changed the law. He came into office. He changed the law. So now it's like they'll wait till you done with your first one and just come and get you on your second one. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they play it is shiesty. You know what I'm saying? They play it shiesty. They real shiesty about it. They'll make you get comfortable. Cause yo, word is born. I came out of lockup. I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm good. Man, my new bunkie, he was Muslim cat, man, just chopping it up and putting everything in my locker. Lieutenant came to the door. He banging on the door, and I'm like, yo, I just came out of lockup. They ain't here for me. You feel me?
Right.
So my bunkie like, yo, what's good, Sarge? And he just like, yo, Prime, stand up, turn around, back up to this door right here, bro. Oh yeah, you owe us one. You forgot. I was like, bro, like you, and it was like, clack, clack, right back to
So,
lockup,
right back.
and I had to wait another 3 months to get my property again, and they stole hella shit from me. All my candy bars and all that shit was stolen. You feel me? Like
Yeah, man.
start all over again, man. Greaseball ass niggas, but it's alright. Can't break me, dog. That's my mentality. You can't break me no matter what the fuck you do to me, bro. You ain't breaking me. You're not breaking me.
I kind of want to talk about the mental weight during a long stretch and how your mind changed over the years that you was locked away.
So I think it's you go through stages, right? So it's like first you're there just to survive the now, you know what I'm saying? And then surviving the now become like every day you wake up to it, it becomes automatic. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how you are now. You know what I'm saying? Like the no nonsense, the militant attitude, all that is starts to become who you become, right? It has an impact on you because now you have altered your thinking, how you see the world around you. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're in prison, but once you come home, that is still there. You know what I mean? That drop of the dime situation is still there, and it's like I remember how when I first came home. Let me say this first. If you don't have educated people to talk to when you're away, then you probably not gonna come to this conclusion. But we concluded, me and my dudes in prison, like we already knew that the mental state that we was coming home, the way we was coming home, was definitely not gonna make it. So we started saying things. You feel me? Like I started saying things like I'm done up. Like I want to be corny. You feel me? Like because being done up, like you done up, like oh you done up. I started to adopt that because I don't want to be down no more. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to be down. I'm not trying to be in the in crowd. You feel me? Because I already knew that's how I got to jail. You feel me? And I already knew that's what had other people coming back to jail is being in the in crowd and taking the prison mentality back to the streets. So I got preemptive about it. You know what I mean? And just started saying, I'm corny, I'm done up. You feel me? Don't even, I'm not even trying to be what's moving right now. You feel me? And I'm just gonna handle my biz. You feel me? So coming home, but still my survival instincts was still there. You know what I mean? The no tolerance and all that was still there. You know what I mean? So when I came home, I remember it was my first birthday party. I mean, my first birthday party. I remember it was like a coming home party, and I'm not used to these people no more out here. So son, people was drinking and whatnot and talking languages that I was no longer accustomed to. You feel what I'm saying? The
Give me an
language was
example. What you mean?
calling each other bitch and this, that, and the third, certain things that's fighting material, that's poke up material, that's all that type of shit. Just the sexual games that people play out here, like just saying kiss my ass or calling somebody a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Like these little things that you don't even think about. Like get the fuck out my face. Just jokingly talking with one another. And I remember somebody was pouring a drink. Somebody I love was pouring a drink. A friend of the family, but similar like a cousin, family member. He was talking loud. I had a thing about people talking loud as we was speaking on earlier. How I feel like they talking around you, but they talking to you. You know what I'm saying? And that had kicked in. And I remember my focus from what I was doing had left there and had started focusing it on him. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga's talking to me. You feel what I'm saying? And then I started going over it in my head, like I should just approach him. You feel me? Holla at him. Like, yo, break it down a little bit. What's going on? And another part of my brain kicked in and was like, yeah, but what if he say something you don't like? What if he tell you to get the fuck out of his face? What's then? What you gonna do then? And then I was like, I'm gonna trash him. Right? And then
Right.
I said, I'm gonna
Right.
trash him. You
Right.
feel me? Me being kind to him, like, yo, what's up? That was me being kind. But what if he say something that I don't know how to back down off of that? You feel me? I'm not accustomed to niggas talking to me crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? So I said to myself, then why approach him? You know what I'm saying? Why approach him? Because you already know what's it gonna be. So I started looking around me. I'm like, yo, I got my family here. This family. And I wanna approach him like he an inmate. You feel me? I'm about to approach him like we inmates, prisoners. And it's not the same. And that was it. This is my first day home. My first day home. First
Because
day
your
home.
mind now, was there ever a time that you stopped believing you was actually getting out?
Well, when I was in prison, I had not long before I came home, I had got into a situation because I remember I was at my 5 year mark. You feel me? And I was
That's
enrolled
5
with.
years in the 5 years.
I had 10 years and I had
Okay.
5 years to go. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna make my last 5 years good behavior time. I'm gonna stay out the way. You feel me? I'm like, yo, I'm just going to the mess hall. I'm going to the yard and I'm coming back. I'm eating, I'm going to watch my TV show and go to sleep. And this is just a cycle. So that I was doing. So this one particular day, I'm just going to the yard and I got metal on my body. So I go off on the metal detectors all the time. This CO, this specific CO, white boy, tall, cornball ass motherfucker, he won't frisk me, right? So it's a normal. I get frisked all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. He want to pat me down. It's nothing. For me, I do this shit is regular with me. So he pat me down, but this time he touched my private. And when he touched my private, I had to say something because that never happens to me. You feel me? Nobody ever touched my man's enough. You feel me?
Right.
So I said something to him. You know, I got my arms like this. You know what I'm saying? So he stands up behind me, tall. He wraps his arms around me to my chest like this. And he started talking in my ear. I don't even know what he said. All I know, he just touched my man's. Now he touching me again like this. He whispered in my ear.
Yeah, that sound like
Bruh,
a fucked up situation, right?
bruh, I blacked. Now mind you, I'm surrounded by officers. You feel me? I blacked. I dropped him. Boom, dropped him. Knocked him, broke his nose, dropped his ass. Stomped him out on the ground right there. And you know, they jump on you. They all jump on you and shit like that. So at this point I'm at my heaviest weight. You know what I'm saying? I work out diligently twice a day, bro. You know what I mean? They can't do nothing with me. They macing me in all directions. None of that mean nothing to me. I remember I woke up out of that rage. I woke up and I was on the ground on my stomach, and they was trying to put my arms behind my back, but I wouldn't give them to them. You feel me? And so I just woke up, and I was like, damn. I was trying to do good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, damn. You feel me? So, you know, they come. I never went to lock up the way I went to lock up that day. And they tried to press charges against me. You feel me? They gave me the green sheet to try to prosecutor's office on me and shit like that. So it was like, it was unbelievable to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tried to take this shit to the streets on me. You feel me? And that was gonna extend my sentence.
Right.
But they didn't succeed right. They didn't do it right. So they fucked it up. And thanks. You feel me? I wouldn't be home right now. You know what I mean? Facts.
Man,
Word up.
God bless on that.
Yeah, word is born.
Word up.
And in situations like, cause that's how it happened. You black out and you wake up in cuffs. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it happened. You black out and you wake up in cuffs. Or you wake up to them begging to put you in cuffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, come bring it down. And you just snap up out of it. Like, damn.
And
You feel me?
is that the only thing that keep you from losing it completely?
What? Losing what?
Yeah, like just losing it, like blacking out completely. Like,
Yeah, you gotta prevent like the situation. Like I always think about what I could have did different. And when he was talking in my ear, he was letting bravado. He was talking that bravado shit. But the fact that he was talking in my ear, touching me and everything, I felt like he was, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you feel me, trying to sum me, play me out in all different types of ways. Something inside of me said he trying to, yo, this nigga trying to turn me or something like, you know what I mean?
uh,
Like my brain
nah,
and all I had was
it made you
my elbow.
uncomfortable. You've been in there 10 years, nothing like that ever happened to you.
Never. And my
Nigga
elbow just
he made you feel uncomfortable. You reacted.
violated me. Like, he just violated me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just broke his nose. It happened so fast. Like, this shit happened so fast, bro. Once I said it,
Truthfully, that shit sound crazy, nigga.
once I said
Your
it,
man's in the
yeah,
like
cause you
you
know,
say.
he going up in my
Yeah,
pants like
yeah,
this. And
yeah.
then he went like this. You feel me? He went like that. You feel me? Like, you know, around your pants leg.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
never happened to me. That never happened to me, bro.
Right.
You feel me? Because if they wanted to know what's in it, they'd strip search you. They got rules for that. So that never happened to me. So it shook me. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck, my nigga? You know what I mean? I'm saying like to that. He stood there like, yo, who you talking to? You know, he all in my ear and shit. I was like, this nigga trying to play, this nigga trying to turn me or something, bro. Like, you feel me?
Nah,
I
what the
just
fuck this nigga thinking
blacked.
about right now?
I just black, and I don't care about COs. Like, bro, listen, I treat COs the same way I treat a prisoner, bro. They get it the same fucking way, bro. I don't respect whatever you is, lieutenant, sergeant, none of that shit. I don't respect none of that shit. Feel me? I always talk to the lieutenants like that, bro. Always ask them, bro, how much time you got in? You feel me? How much time? They understand that language because they prisoners in this prison. They understand that. You feel me? How much time you got in? You feel me? Like if you a CO, sergeant lieutenant, and you've been on this job for a long time, they understand what that means.
Right.
You know what I mean? What they sentence you to. You got 25 in this bitch. You feel me? They understand that language. You know what I'm saying? And once they hear about you, they know where you've been. It's like they have a whole different perspective. You know what I mean? Because there's been many officers that don't know nothing about me. They just think I'm some jack off the street, just came in. I'm just got 3 months or something, whatever in. Until they learn who the fuck I am, how much time I got in, or what prisons I was in. And then they be like, hey, you was a baby. I used to see you when you was shaking. You feel me? I know who you is. Now you in this prison acting like you the shit. Nah, I remember when you first walked through the door. Your first day on a unit. You was a bitch. I remember. And they like, damn. But you know what I mean? Now it's like, it's a whole different energy. You know what I mean? So that's another thing too, bro. You see them coming in and you watch officers transform. You feel me? You watch them change. It's like they got a bid. So that language, they understand that how much time you got in. They understand that clearly. But that, all that right there and coming back to the streets, I'm gonna tell you straight up, PTSD is real. You know what I mean? PTSD is real. A lot of things that you have to preemptively prepare yourself to come home. You know what I'm saying? And I used to see dudes, right? They'd go home. You surrounded by dudes, depending on what jail you in, right? So say you in like Rawway, Trenton or whatever. Dudes is going home. Niggas is happy for them, man. It's like you going home. You know what I'm saying? It's like you going home. And it's like, they like, you know, they wishing you the best. Niggas is passing their shit out because they don't need it no more. They're like, yo, you got the t-shirts, la la la. What's the name, la la la. They giving shit out. And they all happy to go home to their wife and kids and all that. And then a week go by once they left. You know what the officers do? That motherfucker come right back. They send him right back to the same cell. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and you would ask him like, what happened? What happened? And he'll tell you, nigga said something and I couldn't take it. I blacked. You know what I'm saying? And that let me know that we get triggered fast from this.
Right.
It's not even a weapon. It's just a weapon that triggers us. You feel me? It's a whole different dichotomy. Prison out here is a whole different dichotomy. It's a whole different anatomy. You know what I mean? The way young boys be talking out here get you killed in there. You know what I'm saying? They get you killed in there, bruh. For real. And it's like, a lot of people don't know that. I'm telling you right now, watch how you talk. If you ever go to jail, because the lingo you using out here will get you mopped up in it. You feel me? Fact.
So you were surrounded by a lot of people doing a lot of different bids.
Yeah.
Some probably shorter than others, I guess. And then you got lifers, those on death row, those not getting out.
Not death row. I ain't never been around death row,
Well, not death row, but I
but
mean life.
shit. Niggas in their
Lifers.
40s and they in their 40-year bid term right there.
Right. So
That's
how does that affect you as someone that was getting out? Like being around lifers.
it can't affect you. You can't allow because life is could get it the same way. Your mentality got to be on that time. I don't care if you got 3 days in or you got 44 years in. You can get it the same way. You know what I mean? All I know is one is going to be way more prepared than the other. And that's just how my mental is. Like, I don't care what you got, who you is, what color clothes you got, whether you wearing a uniform or state khakis. Anybody can get it the same fucking way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta have that mentality. You feel me? All the way around. Because dudes just scare you with numbers. Like, bro, I got like such and such. And you like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You feel me?
Right.
I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm going home in 3 days. I don't care. Today, I don't care. I don't care if I'm going home tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because right now, like I said,
It's
when
the
I had
mentality.
I had 3 years in, and my mind wasn't paying attention to the nuances. Today, though, my mind paying attention to all nuances, and I ain't out of here till I'm officially out of here. And then that's when I'll believe, yo, I'm no longer in there. Feel me? I'm no longer in there until they take the shackles off of me, bro. drive me to that spot, let me out the truck, give me my paperwork and say, that's when I'm home. That's when it stops at that point. Until then, because even when you coming home, you still surrounded by prisoners. You feel me? You in a bus with them. You going through the process with them. You still in the building. You still got to exercise the same rules, regulations. You feel me? Same mentality. Ain't nothing changed. You still got to keep that mentality. You feel me? And I don't lose 1 minute saying I'm about to be free. I'm about to be free. Yo, let me loosen up. Let me unwind. Nah. And I lose the nuances. You feel me? That's just
So
how
it's
that
like
be.
it's like not hyping yourself up for it, right?
So I
If it
never
happened, it
lose it.
happened.
I never lose the nuances of where I'm at.
You ever feel guilty for getting out? Like knowing that a lot of people didn't get out or, things of that nature? You hear that
Nah.
sometimes, like people feel like they feel guilty, like they had such a bond with their people inside.
Relationships?
Certain relationships, they feel guilty
Nah.
when they get out. What do you think could cause that?
Feeling guilty is feeling guilty. That's a different one, bro. Like I ain't never felt guilty. I don't remember a brother telling me he felt guilty either. But I probably lean on this. When you come home, those that you broke bread with inside, if you can't do nothing for them, now that you out here, that'll be where your guilt will lie. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is to survive in there. And $25 will hold them down.
A long way.
Yeah, $25. You can spend $25 to send them, that'll go a long way. But you just coming home, the finances is completely different out on this side. You ain't got the same responsibilities in there that you do out here. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna be fed in there. You're gonna be clothed in there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have food and clothes and shelter in there. But out here, there's a different beast. You know what I mean? Before a person go to jail, they know that. But when they get in jail, they forget that. You feel what I'm saying? And they think, $50 every 2 weeks ain't nothing. You out here. Sometimes it be like that because I can see people breaking bottles and shit. Like, they never send me nothing, bro. Nothing. Bro, I used to just ask for pictures. Feel me? Pictures. They'll spend in canteen. They'll spend the money that I can spend on canteen in a month on 2 bottles or maybe a bottle. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, damn, bro, you couldn't break me off nothing when I was away. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Telling me you love me, this, that, and the third, la, la, la. I come out here, you spending money on bottles regularly. I just $25, $50, nothing. It got to a point where I just stopped looking for it. I stopped looking for people to break me off money, send me pictures, phone calls, mail. I stopped looking for all that. You feel me? I knew who would hold me down and who wouldn't. So I just stopped looking for it. It didn't become a part of me no more. And I just let it go. You feel me? It is what it is. It's kind of like you make your bed, you lay in it type of situation. You feel me? Bro, 25, that's 25 packs of tuna. You know what I mean? $25? Let me see. That's like 7 bags of coffee. You know what I mean? That could go a long way, bro. You could max out on oatmeal, $25. You know what I mean? It's just like rice, things that get you through. You can't. What you gonna buy? Spend $25 on some sneakers because they sell you, no name brand sneakers. This, that, and the third. You know what I mean? What you want to get some white socks and shit like that, some clothing and shit. That's what you gonna get. They think canteen is like the mall. It's not. You got a certain amount of items. Every canteen is the same shit. You know what I'm saying? There is no change in the list. You know what I mean? Maybe every 6 months to a year they might add one thing and take one thing away. That's about it, bro. You feel me? But $25 could go a long way for a nigga. But out here, rent, car note, kids, you know what I'm saying? It goes over people's head. But when you come home, you wish you could do more for your brothers locked up. That's about that. That shit. I think that's where that's coming from. That you wish you could do a lot more for them now that you're home. You know what I mean? But then there's so many brothers locked up. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna get lost in that right there. You feel me? So that's the only form I could see brothers feeling guilty when they come home. You know what I mean? Because then when I came home, you know, niggas came home with me in spirit. You feel me? And that's how we celebrated each other going home. It's always, if I'm going home, they was going home. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying?
Break that down a little bit.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? My step closer to freedom was, it was happy for me, basically. It was happy. You know what I mean? One of their brothers was making it out. You know what I mean? And that just let them know that it's possible. It's possible, bro.
So
And
it gave
then
him
I'm gonna
hope.
get through mine. Yeah, I'm gonna get through mine too. For me, he got through his. I'm gonna get through mine. You know what I mean? And I ain't gotta be all this, and the third. Now I'm gonna get through mine 10 toes down. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta be funny with it, none of that shit. Start working with the police, none of that shit. Straight lace with it. I'm getting out 10 toes down every day. It's my last day.
Because
My
cause
last
they
minute.
seen you do it.
To my last minute. 10 toes down to my last minute, bro.
And they give him
Feel me?
hope.
Yeah.
So how do you process the difference between hope and hopelessness?
Well, hopelessness behind the wall is there's no avenue. You feel me? You have no avenue. Like, that's official. Like, no phone call, no email or letter. You feel me? And you basically become almost living vicariously through other inmates. Peace. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the only, like, if you don't know how to do that, you definitely would become hopeless. You know what I'm saying? If
What do
you
you
don't
mean by
know,
living vicariously through other inmates' peace? Like,
like, bro, he married. You feel me? His family be writing, holding him down. It's like you gotta let your bullshit go and just be like, it's not always, and it's not gonna always be like that for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's a how can I say it? Like, it's like an envy. Like, you envy your next brother, but not in a negative light. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, always on the phone with his wife. Feel me? Always on the phone with his wife. His wife be holding him down, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, word. So in your mind, you gotta click like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Not on some negative shit like hating, bro. Feel me? You want bro to step his game up. But it's like, that's what I'm looking for. Change the energy of it to some positive shit. Like, you know what I mean? Let me get myself together. So when I get out here, when I get out there, that's what I'm finding.
would
Feel
that
me?
make you wouldn't that make you depressed if you see other people having that type of connection with the outside world if you're not getting it?
That's why it's always a mental check, vibration. You feel me? You start going down that road of you envious, in a negative fashion, you negatively envious of somebody else, and you with them cornball ass niggas. You in the same mind state of them dirty niggas. You feel me? Like, it's like, yo, recheck, let me calibrate. I ain't moving that way. Feel me? Those is my bros. They love me. I love them. Them official niggas. We keep it a buck with each other. My son, they'll die for my son. I'll die for their kids. It's on that time. You know what I mean? And it's like, just because I can't have my cake right now, you feel me? Bro gonna split his. He gonna tell me, word is born, wifey. She going to, Vegas. She out there with her. You start living vicariously through their stories and their, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's just how it be, bro. Feel me? Dudes come in, they got pictures. You live vicariously through the pictures. Like, oh shit, look at this. This is the whip. Like, yeah, this is the whip. Where's out in Cali with this? You saw the word. Feel me? Like,
It's like watching a movie
and
almost.
it's like
Right.
watching the movie, and it's like, yo, bro, you living with bro through his story. You know what I mean? That's the number one thing in prison. Dudes got stories. Dudes got stories. Some of these young boys, they got stories for days. You feel me? You'll get a new bunkie. He come in. In his mind, he was the shit. Blah, 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 blah. He lying. He lying, right?
Right.
But his story is like a movie.
It's so detailed.
You just let him talk it. You feel me? And just be like, what? She was like, what? You know what I mean? Yo, and her sister. You know what I mean? Like, you just live through the shit, man. And to be honest with you, your story, remember, like, when you home, like, now I'm home and shit, like, when I first came home, like, I used to think about those times, and it made me laugh inside, and that made me miss some of the conversations I used to have away, because of the way it used to make me feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a camaraderie that was so, like, official. You know what I mean? Even if it was bullshit, wet tissue conversation, you just was in a different state of mind. You feel me? To accept it. Like, word, this nigga lying, but he could tell a good story. and that was the beauty of it, man. This nigga's unofficial telling crazy stories. He lying, but this shit he be telling, bruh. Wait till he had 3 chicks up in Hilton and Vegas, and the way he was saying it, bro, had you believing it for a minute. Like, yo, because you see yourself, you start saying your shit like, word, thinking about it like, yo, the Hilton, 3 chicks. You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny, man. Brothers is smooth out there. Bro, some bros, they lie so well. They natural born liars and hustlers and thieves and all that shit. And once you in that space and that sphere, just like when you in your sphere out here, when you in that sphere out there, it's like you know what to believe 100% though. You feel me? That's your safety and security. I know this dude that's telling me this story. He ain't riding for me. He ain't even a fighter. He's just a good talker. You feel me? I keep him exactly where he belongs. You feel what I'm saying?
Entertainment. Right.
Right. I don't let him come out of that. So the moment he start talking tough, check him. You feel me? Check him ASAP. Because he may feel like he could be included in that real shit, but he not that. You know what I'm saying? Don't even go there, bro. You feel me? You not that. Get back on your bunk and shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And it's like, you stay in your space with it. You feel me? Stay in your space with it. Use them for entertainment. That's that. You know what I mean? Nothing beyond that. You feel me? Because you gotta be mindful. Some talkers are thieves. And I mean, like, they'll rob you, bro. Straight rob you.
Right.
You know what I mean? They get cool with you. As they getting cool with you, they peeping you. They want to know if they could rob you or not. Because if they rob you, they want to know. So they talking to you in different ways. Is you the type of person that'll respond if they touch your shit? You feel me? And you always gotta keep that in mind. You feel me? Like these days, I tell a nigga straight up, you touch my shit, I'm killing you, bro. I'm killing a nigga. And I don't care how I say it. I say that shit on a microphone. I'm killing you. You feel me? And it just be like that. And niggas used to laugh because I used to do that shit. You feel me? I was in a prison and I had my pencil had fell on the floor because I was writing. Put my pencil down, go to the phone, use the phone, come back. My pencil wasn't on my bunk no more. You feel me? There's nuances, right? My pencil wasn't on my bunk no more. So in my mind, somebody took my pencil. ASAP. Hey yo, I'm telling everybody up in this motherfucker. I catch you with my pencil, you dying with it. 40 niggas. I'm telling 40 niggas that from all different walks of life, banging all different types of shit. I'm telling all niggas, if I catch you with my pencil, you dying with it. I'm walking up and down the tier. I'm walking up and down it. If I catch you with my pencil, you dying with my shit. You feel me?
Right.
Young boy woke up to me like a half an hour later, like, yo, Sam, bro, this yours, bro. Come on, man, this shit fell on the bed. You walking up the unit and shit, threatening niggas, and you gonna kill them with, you know what I mean, over a fucking pencil. Niggas laughing like, yo, Sam, you wilding. But like, no, I wasn't. I wasn't wilding. I was dead fucking serious. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you did steal something from one. I'm murking you, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, you dying with that shit. I did that shit twice. Over some pencils, bro. I left one on the phone. God did that shit. I was, yeah, thought somebody got me. I'm walking up and down the fucking, what's the name? I'm telling niggas, yo, you gonna die. I'm telling you, I'm killing niggas. You ever touch niggas touch my shit? Fucking dying. I don't give a fuck what you banging. None. I don't give a fuck, niggas. You dying ahead. You feel me? You get caught with my shit, you might as well fucking just go to the fucking gate, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, but old head walked up to me, older brother than I am, God body, bro. He was like, yo, Sam, bro, you gotta stop doing this shit, bro. You gotta really stop doing this shit, bro. Like, with my pencils in his hand. You're like, you gotta really stop doing this, God. Like, for real. Like, you gotta really stop doing this shit, bro. No more, ain't no more threats like that, bro. Cause everybody, I'm telling every single person, you feel me? Cause in my mind, it could be anybody. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what your style is for stealing pencils and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, you gotta let it be known. You gotta let it be known.
So I know you've seen a lot in the 15 years that you was in. If you had to pinpoint one thing, what was your worst moment inside and what led up to it?
Well, when I had got arrested on the streets, I got into a situation. I ended up having to get a stent in my chest for blood clots. Right. I got I took the plea and shit. You know, they revoked the bail and all that right there. They seen downstate, seen the county downstate, all that. 11 years later, that fight I had in Roe with them police that I told you, bro, touched my shit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Something must have happened to the stent in my chest. Cause I was in lockup and, I started feeling funny. You know what I'm saying? And it took a while because you're in lockup. They basically deny you healthcare. You know what I'm saying? They deny you healthcare. You're not important. Like you dealing with the least professional people sometimes. You feel me? And the only thing that made them check me out is the fact that at the time my blood pressure was high. So they took me out. That's the only reason, right? Mind you, I'm sweating. So because I had my blood pressure was high, they took me out. And I ended up being in an infirmary for a month. My legs ballooned until they ended up doing an ultrasound on my stomach and realized that I had blood clots in my stomach and legs. So being that I was on lock-up status, right? They wouldn't even allow me to call home. They ran me to the end, but I was a month in the infirmary. I could have died the first day, the first hour. When you got blood clots, you could die like that. You
Absolutely.
feel me? So I was in an infirmary for a month until my legs blew up. I could no longer walk, and they was giving me Motrin, which you're not supposed to take, cranberry juice, which you're not supposed to take. You know what I'm saying? It was like so unprofessional. So I ended up having blood clots. So they rushed me to the hospital, brought me back. I was on lockup status for a couple more days because I already did my whole month. My mother didn't even know. My mom's, my family didn't even know nothing about me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And once I got to, as I said, they had me housed on the upper floor, so I had to walk upstairs in my condition. But first, they had me on the lower flats, and they wanted me to go inside the cell and just tell the dude in the cell, I need to blow a bunk. See, I already know how that go, right? Sometime in lockup, you gotta fight for what you want. You know what I'm saying? So by the police telling me, that don't mean nothing. You feel me? That just means I'm gonna go in there and try to like, yo, I got the lower bunk. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be taken. You feel me? Like, yo, I got the lower bunk, get up. That's how a prisoner is gonna take that. You feel me? So when I go in there, police come in the door and just yell at him like it ain't nothing. And I'm like, bro, the dude that's gonna give me a lower bunk got 30 years in. He's spazzing out in the cell. You feel me? Motherfuckers, He not talking to me, he talking around me. And my back is against the wall like this. I'm just looking at him, go through the hysterics and shit. And I'm so angry because I would have silenced son. You feel me? Like, I would have just broke his shit. You feel me? But right now, I cannot fight. My blood and my body is not flowing correct. You feel me? As soon as my adrenaline bump, I'm gonna pass out. You feel me? So it was like, damn, I can't protect myself. The reality, like, I can't even protect myself. I can't fight. So I just had to tell him some real shit. Like, look, bro, I got an issue right now. You feel me? I was like, blah, I can't get on the top bunk. I need the lower bunk, bro. It's nothing. It's some medical shit. You feel me? And then he was like, all right, bro, it ain't got nothing to do with you, youngin', blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right. If this wasn't happening with me right now, I would have fucked him up. I don't give a fuck how many years he got. He wouldn't be able to grab none. I would have stomped him out to the door. You feel me? He would have banging on the door. I would have draped that nigga. You feel me? But in my mind, I'm so angry that I can't, that I gotta stand still. You feel me? And just take this abuse. You feel me? I remember that was one. The other one was I was in a process of transportation under the same circumstances, and I had to go to the waiting unit where they transport people in Northern, and the seats is like this small. You gotta sit on the seat that this small inside of a cage. I remember I couldn't sit on that seat because it was cutting off my circulation. You feel me? So I had to tell the CO. The CO allowed me to sit on the bench, and it was shift change. So a sergeant had walked past me. He walked past the area where inmates is locked at. He walked into the next room. He asked the officer, why is he on a bench and not in a cage, right? And the officer was like, he got something wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with him. You know what I mean? I had to let him sit on the bench. And I remember right then, bro, you feel me? Like, I'm out of pocket right now. I was so angry inside that I was put in a position to, I couldn't even sit on the fucking bench. Like, I could ride that fucking shit out. Yeah, I could ride anything they could do to me out. But this time I couldn't. I mean, it made me so upset.
Felt vulnerable.
So, yeah, I felt vulnerable, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you could just come at me right now and just rock me, you feel me? And I needed special treatment. Like, this is not something that I'm accustomed to. You know what I mean? Needing special treatment because I'm used to, like, just going hard in the paint. And my brain wasn't, it made me so mad that I started tearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I swore, like, I gotta get out of this. I gotta find a way to get out of this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I had to take it slow day by day. I couldn't protect myself the way that I normally would. I couldn't even fight a nigga if he was to talk shit to me or talk shit around me. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, I felt less than at the time. I don't know. I can't even explain it, bro. But it brought tears to my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that was the most painful time. At that current time, that was the most painful, other than the idea that my son is a baby growing up without me. You feel me? That I can't. Other than that, other than me not being able to protect my son and watch him grow up, he was 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? Protect him through the bullying stages of school and teaching him how to fight and just the rules and regulations
About
of life.
girls and all that
The
shit, like all
manhood
of it.
talk. Yeah, like I couldn't give it to him like that, and he was getting it from other people. You feel me? And it was like that kept destroying me inside. For me, that was like a cancer in me. You know what I'm saying? My whole bed. It's like I abandoned my son. I live with that shit every day, bro. You feel me? And it was nothing I could do to make it better. Nothing I could do to make it better, bro. You feel me? Like, I used to just stare at his pictures, stare at him. You feel me? And it was like a cancer in me. I felt less than, you know what I mean? And it made me hate the game. You feel me? Because this is the outcome. It just rocked me, bro. That was the worst two experiences I ever had in prison, bro.
It's heavy. But you got through it though.
Yeah, I got through it, man.
You know?
I got through it day by day. You know what I mean? Day by day. Every day is a different day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the nuances. Cause you living around people. What you call violence out here, we gotta remember those people, those niggas is coming to the house you live in when you in prison. You know what I mean? Like, with people out here called violent niggas in the street, gangbangers in the street, la la la, they going somewhere when they get caught. Yeah, they going somewhere when they get caught. And when you in prison, you eating amongst monsters. Dudes that kill kids, women. No matter what, they just destroy everything. They animals. You living amongst monsters. You eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner with monsters. You know what I'm saying? Some of them good dudes, some of them, maybe they innocent. You feel me? But behind you is another table full of monsters. Here's another table full of monsters. Here's another table full of monsters. Over there's another table full of monsters. You stand up, they stand up with you. Feel me? This is every day. You gotta be a monster. You know what I'm saying? You become a monster. Feel me? And it's like, how you gonna fight a monster? You gotta be a monster. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta be a monster. There's nothing that goes swept under the rug, nothing. Every fucking word that come out your mouth, bro, there's a word that can get you killed. You know what I'm saying? And you may not even think about it. You may not even think about what you're saying. But that word done got you lined up already. What you said to bro, he ain't respond to you ASAP. He gonna respond to you later. You feel me? And it's like, yo, you gotta be aware of the nuances. How he just became quiet all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like, just the nuances. You feel me? You going around dudes, they ain't even looking in your face, bro. They looking at your hands. They looking at your hands.
Trying to see the movement,
They looking
body
at your
language.
hands. Yeah, they looking at your hands, bro. I mean, and you just drill them. Blah, blah, blah. You feel sorry for them after what you do to them. You know what I'm saying? Niggas end up, they don't even want to hang around a nigga no more. Because the nigga just talk. Remember, it's the liars. There's a lot of liars in prison. Great liars. You feel me? And it's just, but prison ain't for everybody. It's not for decent people, man. You have to have some animal in you to survive it because you gotta recognize. You feel me? You have to be able to recognize. Like, I used to hear a lot of people talking like they never been in lockup. They've been in prison, but they never been in lockup. I used to say to myself, if I was in jail and I never went to lockup, how would my jailing be? I would have to be around people, like a group of people that kept me. You know what I
From
mean? That
going to lockup,
from
pretty
going to
much.
lockup because there was moments like a 3 year stretch that I was around people like that and they kept me from getting into the bullshit. You feel me? And it was like that was the longest stretch that I had. Because the moment that I wasn't amongst them, I was in the bullshit. You feel me? And it was like, yo, you gotta have a group of people around you that'll keep you from that bullshit. You feel me? Because if you just be on some shit like you don't fuck with nobody, you don't say nothing to nobody, you don't deal with nobody, you don't even want nothing from nobody, you don't ask nothing of nobody. Niggas are creep in. You know what I mean? This is their job. Feel me? To befriend you. Yo, what's good, bro? Like, where you from, man? They talk to you real easy. Where you from, bro? Like, oh yeah, where? Tomorrow they give you another couple sentences. Before you know it, it's like, yo, you eat such and such, let me trade with you. They watching you though. They trying to peel into you. Like that's how jail is, man. It's like predatorial. You know what I mean? They got that predatory factor. You know what I mean? Straight up. Niggas play that predatory role in jail, man. And they peep you. They peep how you moving. Like, yo, bruh. Yeah, I see how he moving. Say something slick to him. See how he respond. You know what I mean? Shit like that, man. Jail is crazy. Now every jail is different too. Every jail is different. Yeah.
Son, I do want to thank you for being real honest about this topic.
You know how to chop that up 1,000 pieces.
It's a lot of stories. I know, I'm sure you got a lot of stories though. I mean, this is just, basic
Yeah.
survival, you know what I mean, at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know I just caught myself, right? I just caught myself in that zone. In there, right? Like going deep. It's like, bro, like that's why it's like because when you come home, people expect you to forget jail like that. Bro, you did that for years, bro. How long you been driving? Right? Sometimes people have been locked up as long as you've been driving, bro. That's like saying, yo, stop being able to know how to drive. You know what I mean?
That's a huge part of your life.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like a
think you could
huge,
never forget that. That's like
yeah,
if you're a soldier and they ship you across seas and you go to war. You know what I mean? When you come home, you still gonna have a lot of that mentality, if not all of that mentality, a
exactly.
straight survival. That's where the PTSD and all that other stuff come in.
Yeah.
They hear something loud and it's like instant, like somebody, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely understandable.
Yeah. You
Because
definitely could
the
zone
way I
out.
see it, it's like what you was doing outside, right? Like you said, now you surrounded by a whole bunch of you in
Yeah.
jail. You feel what I'm saying? So as wild as people could be on the outside, now you're surrounded by that.
Especially if you're not the type of person that like this, like crowded environments. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like a lot of people around you, that's gonna really affect you. You feel me? You probably be the type of person that never leave your cell, and then you're gonna have a problem with your bunkie. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is a thousand is death by 1,000 cuts in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't like to leave their cell. You was my bunkie, you never left like to leave the cell. I got a problem because I need cell time, son. I need my time.
For
I need you
yourself.
to get the fuck up out of here. Feel me? So I could just get my mental together. You know what I mean? For so many reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Maybe I want to cut my toenails or something. You know what I mean? Just crazy shit. You feel
Whatever.
me? Like I need
Just
to
your
sell.
time.
Yeah,
No, your time.
exactly, bro.
Definitely
Some people
understandable.
they don't want to go to the mess. They don't want to go to the yard. They don't want to go to the. It's like, yo, what the fuck, my nigga? You know why? I was in a situation like that, bro. Like, yo, what the fuck, my nigga? You scared? Like you scared of other niggas or something? What the
And
fuck?
that's why they stay in there. They
You
don't want
like
to be
you on from
bothered.
the projects a little, but you never move out the cell. You don't go nowhere. Feel me? You don't make no movements, bruh. And that was one thing about me. Like I made every movement. Like I made every fucking movement. Yard, gym, mess hall, school, you name it. I was making a movement. You feel me? I was going to the therapist. You feel me? Just to go, just to be around females for once. You know what I'm saying? Like just to go, just to go
Man,
upstairs. I go to school so I could go to the other side of the building, go to a different mess hall every now and again. Bro, I gotta be on a movement, you know what I mean? Word
you
up.
just don't want to sit still.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, to get,
It's like you gotta go outside. Like I gotta go outside, bro. I
yeah,
can't sit in the house. I gotta go outside. My
get
day.
your coffee, take your shit, all that shit. Yard out. Door pop, you out. Sneakers, you ready. You know what I mean? Like it's every day with this. Just like it's every night with a TV show. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I'm ready for this every day. Right after breakfast. Bam, gone.
What would be your message to little YNs that don't really understand what prison is, or they kind of glamorize it? Because I'm sure there's gonna be some people that's gonna watch this that glamorize the idea of being a gangster, glamorize the idea, man, I'll do a bid that you're gonna come home tougher. It's like you get a respect for going to do a bid. Like, what would be your message to them?
My message would be this. There's one thing I'm gonna talk about me. I lived that life, right, to the death. But what I never anticipated was prison. See, I was living to die. I wasn't gonna put a gun in my head or anything like. He was gonna have to kill me. That was my mentality. Like they gonna have to kill me, right? And it don't always work out that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes they just catch your ass. You feel me? And your world, your entire world, as you know it, changes overnight. And it's like everybody. I don't even care if it's your block, if it's the niggas in your set and all that shit. In prison, it's completely different. The same niggas that's out here banging with you, whatever like that, they not the same niggas that's in jail. You feel me? Whatever stain you got out here, you can't bring that shit in jail. And you ain't the only one that's down for that life in jail. Now it's like, it becomes a cluster, 1,000 yous surrounded by you. You know what I'm saying? And it's dirty, it's grimy, it's dark. There's no hope because police make sure that you're not happy at all, right? That's their job, is to make you miserable. From the food to your visits to your phone slots, all that shit. Their job is to make your life miserable every single day. And they gotta do as much time that you could possibly. They gotta do life. COs gotta do life. 25 years or better to retire. This is a career. You can't outlast them. Maybe you can. You feel me? You're not gonna outlast. They're gonna be there. They seen people like you come, and they're gonna see people like you go. There's no winning. What you gonna do? Knock a nigga over the head, take his commissary. That's one time. Eventually that shit come back around.
Right.
Feel me? That shit come back around. You feel me? I'm telling you right now. Prison is like sleeping. It's like sleeping in a project hallway. You wanna know what prison is like? Go to your local project building. Get a mat that's this thick. Lay it down in a pissy hallway and lay down on it and go to sleep. That's prison. That's prison. The same colors, the walls. Feel me? There's no bright colors, no bright blue and yellow, all that shit. Done. Flat colors. Everything flat. Gray, flat white, beige, flat beige. No high colors. You're not gonna see none of that shit. You feel me? Yeah, raw food, canned food.
It's
That's
created
how
to
you gonna.
promote misery.
This. Go sleep in the project hallway if you ready for this life. Feel me? And trust me, you will be saying at the end, I'm done up. I want to be corny. Like, yo, because the corny, the niggas that wanted that shit, they in here. While the nerds and the other, they out here getting pussy, they getting money, they living their life. You feel me? Because the niggas that's living, but living over the shoulder, they eventually gonna end up where you at, where I was at. Feel me? They're living on the edge. Feel me? So if you're not looking over the niggas that's not looking over the shoulder, they winning. They got careers, jobs, goals, aspirations, homes, apartments, you feel me, cars. They got a job, they got income, they got everything legit. You make one mistake, bro. The judge will pile it up on you. They gonna even go to your juvenile record. They go to your juvenile record. That when people be like, oh, they can't use you, that's bullshit. They look at your juvenile record to see how you progressed. They look at your juvenile record. So that's bullshit.
Take it back.
They can't look at your juvenile record. That's bullshit. They look at your juvenile record to see if you progressed.
When they create that timeline.
Before they sentence you, they want to know exactly where you're going. And every word that they're gonna use against you, they're gonna use the word deter. We need something to deter him. You feel me? They're gonna give you double digits to deter you from stealing a car. Yeah, you're gonna get 20 years for stealing a car because they want to deter you from doing it again. They're going to give you 12 years for having a gun because they want to deter you from, messing with. Yeah, feel me? So it's laced up against you, bro. Yo, be corny. Be done up. Laugh at that. Feel me? But it's niggas right now doing 15, 20, 25 years. They like, damn, them niggas, them corny ball ass niggas that they was laughing at, winning. Feel me?
It's crazy, man. Everybody listening, this ain't about being tough. It's about understanding what life really is. If you ever glamorize the street, the hustle, or jail as a badge, you need to hear episodes like this. Make sure you subscribe, drop a review, and share this to anybody who need to hear it. We got more real stories coming your way, but for now, stay smart, stay sharp, stay free.
Stay
dirty
done up,
dens.
son.
Stay
Stay
done
done
up.
up. You're
We out.